Good morning, students. Today we are going to study the basic components of a time series. Last lecture, students, I have named the four components of time series. The first component is long-term component or trend. Second is seasonal component. Third is cyclical component. And fourth is random or irregular component. Now students, I have written here all four components plus I have written its notation. Now few students have asked me the doubt that what is additive model of time series. Students, this equation which I have boxed, yt is equal to t of t plus st plus ct plus rt. On the left hand side we have written the value of variable quantity which is yt. On the right hand side, students, we have written all four components of time series. It is generally assumed that the variation in the variable quantity yt is due to the cumulative effect of all four components. So when I add the impact of all four components, that will give me, students, the net change in the value of variable quantity yt. And so this equation, students, yt is equal to t of t plus st plus ct plus rt is called the additive model of time series. Clear, students? Now students, generally in this chapter the most important theoretical concepts are the short notes on components of a time series. So today we are going to study the first two components, which are long-term component or trend and seasonal component, students. Now first I am explaining the short note. Students, pay attention. A time series has a variable quantity yt. So the variation seen in the variable of time series over a very long period of time is the effect of long-term component or trend. Students, variation seen over a long period of time in the value of variable quantity yt is the effect of long-term component or trend. The variable of the time series is generally found to be increasing or decreasing with respect to time. Say I give you few examples. Decrease in rupee in international market means devaluation of rupee in international market. Constant rising population, students. Increase in use of mobile phone. All this are, you can say, the examples of trend. Say the trend of wearing a jeans trouser was prevailing before 50 years. It is prevailing at present and it will prevail, say, for another 50 years. So whenever we find change in the value of variable quantity, or whenever we study change in the value of variable quantity of a time series over a long period of time, then it is the effect of trend. And the variable is continuously found to be either increasing or decreasing. Some trend may increase and some trend may decrease. Say the decreasing trend is use of landline phones. If you check within the span of last 10 years, students, there is a constant decreasing trend in the use of landline phones. Now, the overall changes taking place in the variable of time series are considered here. Overall changes taking place in the variable of time series are considered. Short-term changes are neglected. And the factors responsible for this changes produces a very slow pace of variation. This is very important, students. Factors responsible for this changes produces a very slow pace of variation. For example, students, in India the literacy rate is increasing, students, but this trend of increase in literacy rate since last, say, 40-50 years is going on very slow. So what we have to consider in the second point, that we are neglecting short-term changes and we are studying only the long-term changes. The factors responsible for this changes produces a very low pace of variation. Increase in literacy rate in India, isn't it? Increase in agricultural production. Students, every year agricultural production increases, but due to some geological factors or some, you can say, extraneous factors, these changes are, you can say, very, very slow. Then trend of a time series is experienced, students, after a very long time. And long time is here completely relative. Students, trend are usually affiliated to a long-term variation. Say for example, trend of wearing a jeans trouser, I told, for 50 years. Trend of studying agricultural production, say 10-15 years. Trend of sales of electronic goods, 4-5 years is sufficient. So trend of a time series is experienced after a very long period of time. Students, long period of time is completely relative to the variable which is under consideration. Then the trend in the time series have almost continuous increase or decrease is called linear trend. Some trend increases or decreases at a constant pace, then such a trend is called linear trend. The best example is increase in literacy rate, increase in agricultural production, like that. Now linear trend is mostly observed in most of the time series. Now the data in economics, commerce and trade have series in which the rate of increase or decrease does not remain constant. The data in economics, commerce and trade, the best example, so within this span of 3 months, March, April and May, trade and commerce is almost, you can say, closed. So there is uneven change. The increase or decrease, here especially decrease, is, you can say, random. Then you can say such variable stabilizes after a certain interval of time. Means, say the trade and commerce once again when they are okay in the restarting phase, it will stabilize after some time. Then trend of such a situation is called non-linear or curvilinear trend. Because this trend of decrease in trade was random, so there is a spike, it is not linear. There is a down spike. Whenever economy restarts, this trend may, or this increase in the trade may stabilize after some time. Then such a type of trend is called non-linear or curvilinear trend, students. So let us summarize the short note. First point, students, variations in the variable of a time series over a long period of time is usually the effect of long-term component or trend. The variable of time series is gradually found to have continuous increase or decrease, and that is because of trend. The best examples I gave, students: devaluation of rupee in international market, use of mobile phones, increase in the population of the country. Now in trend, short-term variations and short-term changes are ignored, and usually you can say long-term variation or changes are studied. The factors responsible for these changes may produce a very slow pace of variation. Factors responsible for changes in trend may produce a slow pace of variation. Increase in literacy rate. Literacy rate in India is increasing, students, but it is increasing at a very slow pace. Technological inventions and digitization is going gradually in India since last 20 years, but still it is going at a very slow pace. Then the trend of a time series is experienced after a very long time. And students, this long time is completely relative. Say for agricultural production, a span of 10 to 15 years is quite long to study the trend. Then I told you the trend of wearing a jeans trouser, it is prevailing since last 50 years, and let us suppose that it will prevail for another 50 years. Here it is a very long time. The trend of sales in electronic goods changes almost every 5 years. For that 5 years is a very, very long time. Now students, the trend in the time series almost have continuous increase or decrease, students. A trend where there is almost continuous increase or decrease is called linear trend, which is generally observed in most of the time series. The data in economics, commerce and trade have series in which the rate of increase or decrease is not constant, but it is uneven. Now this the rate of increase in this values or rate of decrease in this values may increase very slowly or decreases very slowly, or sometimes there is a sudden or random change. Then such a type of trend is called non-linear or curvilinear trend. Students, try to figure out the short note, students, in your own words. Say the first point, the variation in the variable quantity of time series studied over a long period of time is due to trend. The value of the variable quantity may constantly increase or decrease is due to trend. Now the best examples, devaluation of rupee in international market, then you can say birth rate and death rate, or you can say use of mobile phones, or etc. Second point, in studying trend, we ignore the short-term variations and we see the effect of long-term variations. The factors which are responsible for variation take a very low pace of variation, students. The factors responsible for changes produces a low pace of variation. In trend, there is not a sudden increase or decrease. Slowly it may increase or decrease. The best example, literacy rate in India. The trend of a time series is studied generally for a long period of time, and this long term or long period is very relative. Say for agricultural production, a span of 10 to 15 years is sufficient to study the trend. Whereas for sales of electronic goods, a time period of 5 years is also sufficient to study the trend. So long time, long period or long term is completely relative. In a time series data, usually we obtain constant increase or constant decrease in the value of variable quantity, and such a type of trend is called linear trend, which is observed in most of the time series. Especially in the time series of economics, trade and commerce, we have unusual changes which is not in a constant increase or decreasing phase. There the variations may have some random pattern of, you can say, change. Such a type of curve, students, is called, or such a type of trend is called non-linear or curvilinear trend. So students, try to write the short note as I have explained. Now the second component, students, is seasonal component. Now the word seasonal, in I think economics, you might have studied seasonal and cyclical unemployments. Now what is seasonal component, students? The variations occurring in time series almost regularly over a short period of time is the effect of seasonal component. Variations occurring almost regularly, say variations are constant for a particular season, again for the next year in the same season same type of variations are obtained. So the variations occurring in time series which are almost regularly over a very short period of time is the effect of seasonal component. The period of oscillation of such variation is usually less than a year. Of course, students, in India we have basically 3 years. So the variation or period of oscillation means repetition of such variation is usually less than a year. Correct. Summer, every 10-11 months summer is repeated. Then it is necessary to record the short-term values in the time series to study. Now see, it is necessary to record the short-term values in the time series to study such variations. Necessary to record short-term values means it is necessary to record short-term changes in the values of variable quantity to study this seasonal variation. Now students, it is not possible to get the information about seasonal component if the yearly values of time series are available. This is very true, because seasons are repeated within a means in a time duration for less than a year. So if we have yearly values of time series, students, then we cannot study the effect of seasonal component, because the time duration of oscillation means repetition of seasonal component is always less than 1 year. Now, seasonal component, students, affect the time series in two ways, or in different two ways as follows. Effect of natural factors. See, the variations in the value of time series in association with the season or weather fluctuation. Effect of natural factors means there are changes in the values of variable quantity according to the seasons, and such variations, students, almost occur at regular time intervals. Of course, yes. So the variations in the values of variable quantity in association with the seasons or weather fluctuations, such variations, students, almost occur at regular time interval. For example, increase in demand of air coolers and AC in summers, decrease in demand of ACs in winter, increase in demand of woolen clothes in winter, increase in demand of clothes, footwears, and other necessary accessories during festival seasons. All these are specifically for seasons. Then, students, effect of man-made factors. The variations occurring regularly in less than one period. Man-made factors means these are caused by festivals, these are caused by customs, these are caused by taste and habits of the people. Purchase of ornaments during the marriage season. You can say purchasing of kites during Uttarayan. I told you, increase in, you can say, demand of clothes and crackers during the Diwali season, etc., etc. So, effect of man-made factors, the variations occurring regularly in a time period of less than 1 year, which are usually caused by customs, festivals, habits, and taste of people. So, as the period of oscillation of this type of variation is almost certain, they are called regular variations. Students, MCQ asked in board examination, seasonal components or seasonal fluctuations are called regular variations because they are almost repeated every season. So if the time and measure of these variations are known, then the traders and producers are benefited as higher profit can be earned by a control over this inventory. Now all of you know that clothes manufacturers, they plan accordingly the demand of their clothes. So if it is Diwali season, they will start increasing their production from summer. So by the time of Diwali season, they can have ample stock, and accordingly they can plan their inventory and sales and purchase, and they can earn maximum profit. Student, this is very easy. Pay attention. Let us summarize this in points. The variations occurring in the variable of time series almost regularly over a short period of time is the effect of seasonal component. Seasons are usually in our country are for 3 to 4 months. The period of oscillation of such variation is less than 1 year. Period of oscillation means period of repetition. Now, the seasonal components affects the time series in two ways. First is effect of natural factors, and second is effect of man-made factors. In the effect of natural factors, students, these variations in the values of time series are associated with the seasons or weather fluctuations. Such variations are always at regular time intervals. I told you, increase in demand of AC during summer, increase in demand of woolen clothes during winter, increase in demand of raincoats and umbrella during rainy season, etc. Effect of man-made factors, the variations occurring again regularly but within a span of less than 1 year, which are caused by festivals, customs, taste and habits of the people. For example, increase of purchase of ornament during marriage season. You can say increase in purchase of kites, of course, during Uttarayan. Then you can say weekend rush at restaurants and malls and theaters. All these are man-made factors. Now, as these variations almost occur regularly and their oscillation period is less than 1 year, these are called regular variations. If the time and measure of these variations are known in advance, the traders, businessmen and manufacturers can plan their inventory, stock and business so that during demand they can earn maximum profit, students. And this component is of course denoted by ST, seasonal component, students. So students, you have to be very cautious here. You have to write seasonal component is very easy. Trend is bit odd. So I suggest you, when you are writing and learning the theories, write the short note of trend twice, and then you can say learn, and third time write without looking, students. Sorry, seasonal component I think you will be able to do by writing once, learn it and then write second time. Now, a few students asked me the basic difference between correlation and regression. That also, students, I am discussing. First point, correlation is usually for simultaneous changes in the values of two variables due to cause-effect relationship. So, if I want to write differences between correlation and regression, correlation is the simultaneous changes in the values of two variables due to direct or indirect cause-effect relationship. Regression is a functional rule or mathematical equation between independent variable x and dependent variable y. So the first difference, correlation is usually studied, or correlation indicates simultaneous fluctuations or changes in the values of two variables due to direct or indirect cause-effect relationship. Regression is a mathematical equation or functional rule between independent variable x and dependent variable y. First point. Point number 2, the most important one. Correlation coefficient R is independent of change of origin and scale. Regression coefficient B is independent of only change of origin but not scale. Understood, students? Second point of difference, correlation coefficient R is independent of change of origin and scale, whereas regression coefficient B is only independent of change of origin but not scale. That is point number 2. Point number 3, the range of correlation coefficient is closed interval -1 to 1. Means maximum value is +1, minimum value is -1, or any value between -1 to +1. Whereas, students, the range of regression coefficient is any real value. There is no boundary for regression coefficient B. It can assume any positive, negative value, which can be greater than 1 or less than -1. So this is the third point of difference, students. So whenever, students, you are studying correlation and regression, points of difference are very important. Now, students, fourth point. Students, fourth point. What is the next basic difference between correlation and regression? I told you first is definition. Second is independent of change of origin and scale. Third is the range. Now, students, the fourth point. Students, the fourth point. Concept of correlation coefficient was given by famous statistician Karl Pearson, and the concept of regression was given by Sir Francis Galton while he was studying human inheritance. Concept of regression was given by Sir Francis Galton while he was engaged in the study of human inheritance. So 4 points. Fifth point, students, pay attention. Fifth point, this is again very important. Students, we had the formula byx is equal to r into sy upon sx. One more formula, students, we have that based on regression coefficient we can obtain correlation coefficient. Based on regression coefficient, students, we can obtain correlation coefficient. Based on regression coefficient, students, we can obtain correlation coefficient R. One formula was given in old textbook, R square is equal to byx into bxy. So that is also a very important point, but that I am not summarizing, students, as that is not given in our textbook. So remember these 4 points. First, Correlation is the simultaneous changes in the values of two variables due to direct or indirect cause-effect relationship. Regression is a mathematical equation or functional rule between independent variable x and dependent variable y. Second and the most important point, correlation coefficient R is independent of change of origin and scale. Regression coefficient B is only independent of change of origin but not scale. Third point, range. The range of correlation coefficient R is from -1 to +1, means closed interval -1 to +1, whereas the range of regression coefficient B can be, students, any real number. Fourth point, the concept of correlation was given by famous statistician Carl Pearson, whereas the concept of regression was given by English statistician Sir Francis Galton. In the fifth point, students, you can write one example of correlation and one example of regression. And you can write the formula of R, any one formula, and similarly you can write any one formula of B. This completes the answer even for 5 marks. Usually this is asked for 3 marks and 4 points are more than sufficient, students. Is it okay? So students, components of time series we have discussed. Many of you were asking me additive model. Once again I am telling, the net cumulative change in the value of variable quantity due to these 4 factors is given by this equation. When I add the effect of trend, seasonal, cyclical and random, I get the net change in the value of variable quantity yt. So this equation, students, which I have boxed, that equation is called additive model of time series. Clear? So if I say additive model, students, additive model is always an equation. In statistics, whenever I say model, check in the chapter 3 linear regression model. Then also the model was equation. If you remember, y is equal to alpha plus beta x plus u. So students, now your hard work. Write the short notes twice, learn it, and in the next lecture, students, we'll do the remaining 2 short notes, which are cyclical component and random or irregular component. Clear, students? So please be careful, students, that you study. Don't waste time, because we are losing time and time is an irreversible thing. Homework, I am telling, I am recording this lecture in advance, so I am telling homework very few of them have sent me. This is not fair, students. Please complete your homework and show me. Remaining students will continue in next lecture. Thank you, students.